Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Thinning of the Veil podcast. I'm your host, Tia Smith, and welcome to a special edition. It's a how-to edition about how to, after you've had your Thinning of the Veil revelatory experience, what to do after that, and translating it from a revelatory experience to actually doing what the Lord has asked you to do, because it's one thing to receive revelation, but it's another thing to go and participate in the revelation that He's given you. So, with that in mind, I've decided to break it up in two parts. The first part will be on your cell phone, and the second part will be on your computer. So, hopefully, that will hit all the generational ages a little bit. Younger people tend to do this on their cell phones. Older people tend to do it on their computers. I'm not going to overprogram you today because I feel like that is a huge mistake that most people who do family history and are trying to teach others make, is that they try to tell them they have to do all these things before they reserve a name or get started. My assumption is that you are praying and asking for revelatory experiences, and the Lord is giving them to you. And so how does that translate then into actually doing the work? Because like I said, it's not just about reserving a name, it's getting revelation. The end part of that is actually doing the work. So I'm going to show you on my computer how this works. And the first thing I want to show you is the way you can do it on the cell phone. All right. First thing on a cell phone, believe it or not, is that you have to download the app. Now, Family Search has a few apps, but we are looking in particular for the app with the brown tree with the different colors of squares. It usually has a white background. You can find it on any app store, but make sure you get it downloaded and then make sure you sign in. Now, if you already have a Family Search account, then use that one. If you're starting a new one, I would sign up. It's better to sign up with your membership ID number if you have that, which is located either on your Temple Recommend or it's located in Tools, or you can call your membership clerk. It just seems to connect better that way if you signed in with your membership ID. So that's step number one. And this is just a 10 easy step. Oh, so step number two is logging in. And honestly, I would say this is the hardest part about doing family history, is remembering your username and password. Because a lot of times you set this up when you were 12 under your parents' email, and it's just a nightmare trying to get that unhooked and then hooked up to a regular account. But please know that there are people that can help. Use your local family history consultants in your wards and your branches. You can also call and use their helpline. Uh, Family Search has the helpline, so just look for the question mark and follow that. Or there's family search centers around a lot of people. Locate it and go there, and there are very, very knowledgeable people there that can help you. So just know that if you're getting stuck on the username and password, that's a common occurrence, and it gets easier from there. All right, step number three is after you're logged in, you're going to look for this button, and it's called the Ordinance is Ready button. This is assuming you haven't had a name given to you yet or a revelatory experience. You're now creating an environment where you can have a revelatory experience. And for most people in the beginning, they don't know how to do all of the research and everything, but the church has made that so easy. This did not exist when we started doing Family Search. They literally have done the work for you, and they're pushing this button, this information out in front of you, and just saying, push this button. Please, please, please just push the button. I would say 98% of the time, maybe it's 100, every time you push that Ordinance is Ready button, you'll walk away with a name. The Ordinance is Ready button is located on your cell phone. After you log in, down on the bottom, there's a temple icon, and it actually probably when if you push that button, it should pop up ordinances ready, or if you hover over it, you should see ordinances ready, and it's a blue button. You just push that, or you can access it on your tools on your phone, and it's on your home screen, and it's down on the right-hand side, and it's pink for some reason. I don't know why it's not green, but it's pink and it says ordinances ready. So all you do is you just click that button, and then you will select what ordinance you want to do, whether it's baptisms, whether it's initiatories, endowments, sealings. So you can pick. A lot of people use that like if they're in a hurry that day and they haven't planned, and it's an easy button to click. So you click the button and you reserve the ordinances. These ordinances will come from your reserved list that you've already reserved. If you don't have any of those, it will also pull from ordinances that your relatives have reserved for other people of your relatives, and it will pull from the temple. It will look up and down your line so many generations and see if there is work to be done and pull from there. It will also pull from your ward and stake people who have reserved names and turn them over to the temple. And then lastly, it will pull from the worldwide database where all the temples or the names have been sent to temples. So you literally should not walk away without a name from pushing that button. So let's say you do that, you print the names off and you go to the temple. So step number 4 is you're going to the temple, you are like you've had an experience with someone. And let me clarify, when I say experience, I mean whether if you've had a different feeling than you normally get, if you've had a feeling of like peace or joy with one of the names that you've done, or a sense of urgency, a sense of longing, just any different feeling. What you're doing in the beginning, because this is line upon line, precept upon precept, you're trying to tap into those familial feelings that come through revelation that happen most often in the temple. It's a pure environment where these thinning of the veil experiences can happen. So in the beginning, you're looking for anything that stands out, anything that's different in any sort of fashion. That's how in the beginning it started for me. It was feelings. I was feeling like she needed help. And then it moves and progresses from there as you get used to that familial speak, I guess, because it has a different feel and it has a different way. But their prayers are answered no less than someone on this side of the veil who's been praying to be found and what church they need to join. So when you offer, like we learned in that last video, the intercessory prayer on behalf of someone else, and you're praying to know who needs help on the other side of the veil, and you can have faith and know that that prayer will get answered, you have to understand that these answers come differently than if someone's with you face to face, but they still get answered. So as you do this work, you'll get used to that workings in the spirit from those on the other side of the veil, and things will become more familiar to you, and it will get easier. And the revelatory experiences will include more senses, not just feeling, seeing, hearing. And you'll just grow into this principle of revelation from those on the other side of the veil. So after you've done that and you've had a specific interaction and you just feel like, okay, um, there was something else I need to check on that person, you're going to go into your temple button again. And then up on the top right hand corner, you're going to go to completed, because that you just completed that ordinance. So you're going back and you're looking for the person that you just had an experience with. Once you found that person, you're then going to click on that and it will bring you to a person page, and it has details on it. And on the person page, you're looking for the 3 buttons up in the right hand corner, which is going to give you the option. So you're going to click on the name and then click on the 3 buttons. And that's going to take you to a choice where you can view the relationships, church records, but you're looking for view this tree because you don't have to see if you're related because you're pulling it off your completed list. So you pretty much know that you're related at this point. And like, can I just say here, if you do names that you're not related to, that is okay. Like, get rid of that stress right now. All of this work has to be done no matter what. And you are going to do names who you think you're related to, but you may not be related to. And you may do names who you don't think you're related to, but you end up later realizing that you are related. So honestly, just do the work and do the best you can. But please get all of this angst that we have with family history out of your system because the spirit cannot speak to you and communicate to you if you have this nervous, like, I can't do this. This is overwhelming. What if I do something wrong? Can I just say right here first, you're going to do something wrong. I've done lots of things wrong. The awesome thing about family searches is that you can um, undo it. Like if you attach someone to the wrong person. So there's nothing that cannot be fixed. And Elder Holland talked one time and said, we are imperfect beings. That's all he has to work with, right? So there's going to be there's going to be mistakes made. And believe me, if there's a mistake that isn't get caught, it will get caught. And that's what the millennium is all about. So just get rid of those nervous tendencies that you don't even want to try to start because you're in fear of messing something up. Because if you're having fear, you're not having faith. Those two cannot exist at the same time. So you're going to go click this view this tree and you're going to look and see that William Dorat, there's work to be done. His sister and brother-in-law need work done. And he may need to find a spouse. And that's later on. I'm not going to cover that right now again because I'm not going to overprogram you. But this is just, look, I had an experience with someone. I'm going back, I'm looking at him, and I'm seeing if there's more stuff around him that needs to be done. So you're looking for those opportunities, which the opportunities, how that is represented in Family Search is a green temple. And you'll see that. So that's if you're starting from scratch and you haven't had a revelatory experience yet, that's how that happens. You go push the ordinances ready button, take them to the temple, pay attention to what you're feeling. And if you have an experience with one, go back to your completed list, click on that person, view the tree, and then look around them and see if there's more work to be done, which then gives you more reasons to be in the temple, which then gives you more opportunity to have more thinning of the veil experiences. Now, let's say though that you have had a revelatory experience. Let's say you've had a dream, and I'm assuming and hoping that you have recorded it in some way, because if you think you're going to remember all of this all the time, you are sorely mistaken. Even you young people, you may remember some of it, but you will not remember all of it. And I've learned through sad mistakes where I thought I was going to remember, and in the morning I couldn't remember. And that's a horrible thing when you've been given a thinning of the veil experience and you don't treat it with respect and decide to not write it down. So I'm assuming right now that you've had a revelatory experience. So let's just say, like I did, you're in the middle of the night, you receive a name, and the name that we're going to focus on is Violet Chase. So what do you do after you've received that name? You go to Family Search again, and you go back. You're going to automatically go back into your home page. But this time, instead of clicking the Ordinances Ready button, you're going to find the More button, which is in the right-hand side of bottom right-hand side of your screen. It's More, and it has three lines above it. Once you click that, it's going to take you to options. The one that you're looking for, particularly in this sense, is Find a Person. A lot of people make the mistake and they have this experience and they go to search historical records, which is not where you want to go with this particular experience. You want to go to Find a Person. So you're going to go to Find a Person. And after you click that, you're just going to type in the name. So I would type in first name Violet, last name Chase, because that's all I got. You can type in more if through your revelatory experience you receive more, but generally I have found it's just names. And so you just go with the information that you have. So we're going to type in Violet Chase, and then you're going to click the find button up in the right-hand corner. And then once you do that, it's going to bring you results of all the Violet Chases that's in Family Search, whether they're related to you or not. So you've got to now do a sorting process. So you're going to click on all of the Violet Chases until you find the one that you're related to. And how you do that is you click on the name. So Violet Lee Chase, I clicked on that one and I wasn't related. How you do that is you go to the name and then it will bring you to the person page. And then up in the right hand corner again, there's three dots, three little dots. You click that and it will bring up the option to view your relationship. You click that button and it will show you whether you're related or not. And sometimes you're related. There's just not enough information yet in there to say that you're related. That's been I will have dreams with names, and sometimes it doesn't look like they're all related at all. But then I'll feel like I need to focus on one. So I fill out their tree more and realize that I am related later on down the road. So you just click view my relationship. And then that's what it's going to show you. That's what it looks like is Violet Mabel Fawcett is my 10th cousin twice removed through my dad's side. So I go, all right, I'm related. So the next step after that is you're going to go click on Mabel and you're going to click view tree. And it's going to bring up again all those opportunities, those green temples. Now, let me just say here there's two different temples. There's a green temple regular, and then there's a green temple with a circle in it. The difference between the two is that the normal green circle is a name that hasn't been found yet by anybody and hasn't been sent to the temple. So you can reserve that name and you have quite a long time to do that name. But note here, this isn't about getting long lists of, just reserving. Um, so, be wise in that, I guess. But the other circle with the small circle means that they have been found by somebody that's related to them, like you're related to them, and they've turned that name over to the temple. So you now have the opportunity to reserve that name and to pull it away from the temple, but you have 120 days to do that. So there's a time frame on that. So just know when you're going to reserve that those are the differences between the two temples that you're looking at. And then you're going to go to your temple button again and say, click on choose what you're doing and then take to the temple and print it and go from there. Now, if you don't have a printer, a lot of the younger YSA kids did not have a printer. They just take it to the temple and they'll print it out for them. So that in a nutshell is the two ways that you can use your cell phone in the beginning, whether you're going to the temple and trying to have a thinning of the veil experience and asking for one, or you've already had one, and then what do you do after that? So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go view it on a computer screen on just a regular website for us older people who enjoy looking at things in a little bit bigger perspective. So you're going to log into your website, familysearch.org, log in, and you'll see this homepage. You can see right in the front that there's an ordinances ready button or select ordinances. If you want to find it a different way, the ordinances ready button is right here. So you click on temple and you go down to ordinances ready. Now, this is the same place that if you have, like I said in the beginning, you have an experience and you want to see if they need more help, then you would come back here to the temple and go to this completed. And it's going to take you to all of the ones that you just had done. Like right now, I have 1,000 on there completed. They fall off after a certain amount of time. But what you would do is choose this, Henry Restorat. Let's just say you had an experience with him. Click on his name It's going to give you the option of person or tree. You're going to click tree. And then up pops the screen where, all of those ordinances that are needing help are available to you. So that's how you find it on a computer screen. And then you just click the button and reserve it if you decide to do that. Now, I just wanted to show you on Ordinances Ready really quick on this big screen what it can look like if you click through. So let's say I want to do initiatory. Well, yeah. So now it's searching for me and it's going to say, okay, I'm finding, and it says 3 now. And sometimes it will give you 4, sometimes it will give you 5, but it's searching. And then once it searches, you can reserve the name or not reserve the name. So that's how that works. So let's go really quickly and let's say you have had that revelatory. Oh, there it pops up. So these are from my reservations. Do you want to do this? Yes. And then see, click take to the temple. And then that's how you would print the cards out for Ordinances Ready. Literally just push the button, people. Push the button. It's so easy. So now let's say you've had a revelatory experience and you've had a name. And what does that look like on your computer screen? So this time you want to go to the family tree option up, not family search, but family tree option up in the left-hand corner of your screen up here. And you're going to click it. And again, don't click search. Search is right next to it. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for find, the find button. So it's under family tree. You go down and you click find. And then you're going to type in the name and you're going to type in Violet Chase. And you're going to click the search button right here. And see all of these results that are pulling up when you type in Violet Chase, and it may look overwhelming. Sometimes it's the first one, sometimes it's the 5th one, sometimes it's the 10th one. But for me, it was Violet Mabel Chase. So I clicked on her. And first of all, if you want to see you're related, you click the squiggly line with the 2 box squares on the end, view my relationship. So you click that and you go, okay, I'm related. So now you know, okay, I'm going to go in and see what the revelatory experience was all about. Why she needs help. So you go back and you click tree. And then up is going to pop all of the ordinances and the tree, and all of the things that need to be done around her. Now you can understand when I had that dream, Violet Chase, the importance of it in her eternity and in all of her family's eternity. She, I'm assuming, had been praying, her or someone else had been praying to be found. And they had been found, right? Because there's a circle with a temple with a circle on it. But for some reason, she needs that done now. So that's the cool part, is that you can kind of work with them and remember, bear your testimony to these people. Like I've said in a previous podcast, that will make a difference in your experiences and even in your revelatory experiences in the temple. You'll be able to feel and see and hear more than you ever thought, because you're treating them as if they're there face to face, which technically they are, but you just don't have eyes to see yet. So when you're having these experiences, pray for eyes to see and ears to hear, because as you get used to these familial interactions, it will become easier and easier for you. And the Lord will give you more and more and more. And He builds upon the next one and the next one after you act in faith. You can't be given these revelatory experiences. Like you can't be sitting in the temple, have a feeling, and go, oh, that's nice, and then don't pursue it after that. This is a choice. This is, I trust in what I'm feeling and I'm going to go and check it out. Now, sometimes it is just a feeling of, joy because you're sitting in the temple. but most of the time it's a recognition from the other side and an invitation and a pleading from the other side. Please help me with my children, or please help me with my husband, or please just help me get my work done in an orderly, faster way than it's being done. So that in a nutshell is in the beginning how you do this. And it's very, very simple. It's become very simple. And hopefully this video has been instructive in the sense that you should be able to hit the ground running now in from start to finish, from revelatory experience to actually doing the ordinances and doing what the Lord has asked you to do. We need to be grateful for the technology given, because I believe that's one of the reasons why we're going to be having greater manifestations, is because we now have the ability to affect more and more people and gather Israel on a faster, more global basis than ever before. So, thank Heavenly Father also in gratitude for the temples that they're building at an exponential rate, this wonderful technology that has been brought to pass, and then also the workings of the Spirit. And those three together, those three ingredients together, just create these amazing thinning of the veil. And you turn back around and 10, 15 years later, and you are just in awe of the way the Lord has thinned the veil for you and the experiences that you've had from people on the other side and from the Lord himself. So thank you for sticking this out with me. Hopefully this has been instructive. I will probably do more how-to videos in the future, but I just wanted to make sure everyone was off and running so that they could start their process sooner rather than later. So thanks again for joining me, my friends. Hopefully you'll keep spreading the word about this podcast, and hopefully it's helping you, and hopefully it will help them. Until next time, we'll see ya. Bye.